What is up, crew? Welcome to another Tuesday with Spencer here on FTM Transtastic. This week we are discussing body art and piercings and tattoos. So, without further ado, let me show you a little bit about the body art that I have. Um, if you see, you're going to see these periodically. They're just my EKG monitor stickers, so don't worry about them. But first, we'll start with piercings. So I have 3 piercings. My first one and my favorite one by far is my septum. I got it when I was about 21 years old, when I was still in the Air Force when I got it. So for me, it was like kind of cool that I could be in my military uniform and flip it up and be a airman, and then go and flip it down and party and be, a regular 21-year-old. So that's why when I got it, and I'm very happy that I got it. I got it with a bunch of other NCOs before we were leaving different places. So I got it with a bunch of them, and we just all had a good time. And I'm happy to say that all of them that got it still have it in. So it's kind of like a bonding experience too for me. So that's my favorite. After that, I have my gauged ears. I actually had my ear pierced since I was a baby, but I haven't started gauging them until I was 22 years old. I was still in the military when I did that, but I didn't go any bigger than like a 10 until I got out. Now they're down to a 2, and I probably won't go any bigger than a 0 simply because of my profession. I do not want to have any type of medical intervention to smaller or to close the hole if I have to. So I really like gauged ears. I really wish I can go bigger, but just with the profession I am, I unfortunately can't do it. And last but not least, we have my vertical industrial. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can make this better. There you go. We have my vertical industrial. That has been a love-hate relationship. My industrial piercing is so finicky. It's the only cartilage piercing I have, so maybe this is just all cartilage, but it still gets crusty. Even though I got it a month and a half ago, it still hurts. I had to get it corrected twice so far because the bar was too small one time and the ball was too big the second time. It's just been up and down, but I do like the piercing, and I'm sure once it heals, everything will be fine. But right now, it's just a pain in the ass. I will recommend this piercing, but know your shit. I wish I would have gotten a different cartilage piercing first before picking that. The 2 holes always get gross, and you can't see behind where the holes end because you can't see behind there, and that's when it gets the worst. So you have to have a friend or a girlfriend or whoever clean it for you. It's just problematic. But I do love that piercing, and I would recommend it, but it hurt like a bitch getting it, and it still is tender a month and a half out. So that's my take on the cartilage vertical industrial. Alright, so tattoos. I have 7 tattoos, and they all mean something very important to me, from the first to the last. My first one I ever got was on my right wrist. It's a plane, and it has the quote, "Dare to be different," on it. I'm actually going to get this covered up, not because I don't like it, but because I'm moving the plane and the quote to my back. So, but it's my first tattoo. I got it when I was 18 when I joined the military, and it says "Dare to be different." And obviously I went in the Air Force, so it's a plane. The second one, I don't know if you can see, it's on my back. It's a songbird. I don't know how you guys can see this. Okay, well, it's a songbird. It's a songbird out of musical notes. That was my second tattoo. I play the guitar and I play piano. So I got it when I was 19 years old. I just wanted something, I think, and that's the one I got. And I'm actually quite happy with it. I don't really remember that it's there much, but when I do, I'm quite happy with it. The third one I have is actually a matching tattoo. It's on my ankle, and it says Twin Connection. My twin brother also has this tattoo. And our favorite color is green, which is why the inside is green, if you can see that. My fourth tattoo, what was my fourth one? Oh, Icarus. So my fourth tattoo is Icarus, right here. This is one of my favorite tattoos. I'm super ashy, but he's one of my favorite tattoos. The reason why I got Icarus is because I don't look at Icarus as hard-headed. If you aren't aware of the story, Icarus had a brother, and him and his brother flew around on the wings that their dad made for them out of wax. And every day, their dad would warn them not to fly too close to the sun because the heat will melt the wax wings and they would fall. And every day, Icarus and his brother dared each other to go a little further until Icarus went too far and fell. That's the story. So I don't look at Icarus as like not knowing his limits. That was what I think the story was intended to teach people. I look at it as he gave something his all. I kind of compare it to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player, in my opinion, that's ever lived thus far. But he didn't give up after his 6th championship ring. He didn't give up after winning the Olympics. He didn't give up after his Nike production. He gave up, or he threw in the towel. He called it quits when he barely could make it up and down the court on the Wizards. When he barely could be any benefit to the team. So we know that Michael Jordan gave the game his all. There is nothing left for speculation. There's nothing left to wonder. There is no could he have had another championship in him, because he could not. And we've seen that. And that's kind of how I want to live my life. I'm not afraid to fall. So I want to give it my all and know I gave it my all. And the only reason to know that is when you are no longer on top. My 5th tattoo is my trans symbol with my shot date in it. Love it. I get asked a lot if I was worried about the size of it, or if I was worried, like if I could, would I make it smaller or change it? No, I really like the size of it, and I'm glad it's where it is. If I do need it to be hidden, if I'm in a place where I need to be hidden, I don't need to be in that place to begin with, number one. But it's on the inside of my bicep, so that's not a very common place for people to, like, I guess, look up unless I'm, like, shirtless or in a tank top or waving or something. But for most parts, if I'm in a place that my trans identity needs to be under wraps, I'm usually wearing a shirt, so my sleeves will stop right here, so it'll be fine. My 6th tattoo, and probably my most important tattoo, is my medical alert tattoo. As you guys know, I am allergic to red 40 dye. Red 40 dye is found in just about everything, and the reason why it has to be a medical alert for the ambulance is because glucose has red 40 dye in it, Benadryl has red 40 dye in it, and other things like that. So if I have an allergic reaction and they give me Benadryl, they're going to kill me. So that's kind of why I got it tattooed, because that's happened far too many times. And then my last one, and my most favorite one now, is a clock, and it says, "The trouble is you think you have time." It's a Buddha quote. It is for my cousin and I. I don't know if I told you guys on Transtastic this or not, but when I was 20 years old, I was diagnosed with something called acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or ALL, stage 1. And then my cousin was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. She had it 4 years before I had my diagnosis, and then continued to have it 3 years after I was deemed cancer-free. She passed away in 2014 due to it, and yeah, I got that for her, and she's been like a huge part of my life. She was the first person told I was trans before she passed away, and she always told me, you know, to be yourself, because you don't know how long you have to do that. So those are my tattoos, those are my piercings. I hope you guys are having a great week and are gearing up for an even better weekend. It is Tuesday, it is Spencer. Until next time.